Hello everybody, Lucifera with you. Today, this eve, I want to talk a little bit about magic with servitors, magical servants of the witch. And I have several such servants. You are at my altar right now, and first of all, I want to tell you a little bit about my main demons, whom I work with on a regular basis. This is Sabnock, the demon who protects me, and I have been working with him quite a long time now. And then, of course, my primary demon, Lucifer, and Boone, and also Belial, but you don't see the seal of Belial here because it is on the opposite wall. So here in front of you are some dolls, and you see a doll of a male with the sigil of Lucifer on his chest. This is my familiar spirit, and it seems that his panties are dirty, but this is not true. These are drops of oils, cinnamon oils and other oils that I have applied to him when I did magic with this familiar spirit. And it was demon Sabnock who provided me with this familiar spirit upon my request, because once upon a time I was in a certain situation and I needed a familiar spirit from Sabnock. So I just did a ritual with Sabnock, and I explained to him all about the situation, and I asked him, my demon Sabnock, can you provide me with a familiar spirit who will serve me during my whole life? And he did. So this is my familiar spirit, and I do spells with this doll quite often, once per month or even often, to strengthen the bond between me and my familiar spirit, and also to grow him in his power. And what such kind of spirit can do for you is that he can reveal for you the hidden intentions of people to keep you safe from harm. And this is what this spirit will do for you. He will keep you safe from danger, and you will be very well informed about all sorts of things that are going on around you. And this magic is very simple. You just create a doll, and of course you ask the demons of Goetia who give familiar spirits. You ask one of such demons, please give me a familiar spirit, and you do a ritual, and you say to the doll, this is my familiar spirit, you are my familiar spirit given by demon such and such, and then you instruct the doll more, and you repeat the same kind of magic once per month to grow this this thought form. So this is an astral male, and he will help you. And behind here you see this is a doll of me. I've done magic on myself, and I have attached the seal of demon Dantalion to me to brainwash myself, to forget about some events, to release them from my life easily. Also, this kind of magic is very powerful, and You will see the results quite fast during the first month. After you have done this kind of magic, you will start to release your old patterns of behavior that do not serve you well. And such magic can be done, and it's not dangerous because you do not wish yourself harm. You wish yourself a happy life, healthy behavior, and so on. This is perhaps a spell of liberation from some kind of emotional burdens and so on. And this is a doll of me. I had done this kind of magic with this doll with long hair perhaps 3 years ago. And this magic manifested results. And I also, now when I look back, I have an orange dress too. I had bought such a dress without even knowing that the magic is influencing me to purchase an orange dress with golden decor. And now I have long hair. This is true. And here behind, in this little blue box, you see a doll of me again. This doll has longer hair, and she is instructed. She is a representation of me, and this doll is instructed to work. And beneath this doll, she is standing on the seals of Adoniel and Belial from the Key of Solomon. So in principle, you can use any seal you like. For example, the seal of Belial, if you need to get a promotion at your work, then you can create a doll of yourself and place some paper money in a small bag and let this doll hold this paper bill and ask Belial to help you to get that promotion at your work, and place the seal of Belial or Bune or Adoniel and Belial or some other spirit, Lucifuge Rofocale, on the bottom of the box, and powder the seals with cinnamon and nutmeg. And then you place the doll on this seal, so the doll is standing on the seal. And this magic takes some time to show results. The results won't show up the next day. You will have to work in order to get the promotion. So perhaps it will take some 3 months or half a year. So this kind of magic you can do on yourself. And in this case, when you do magic on yourself, no familiars are needed. But the familiar, this one with the seal of Lucifer, he is a lifelong companion. He will only become stronger and stronger with time. So he looks after you and keeps you safe from all sorts of things. And he will also show you the future 1 month ahead, or he will show what's going to happen if you take this step. And then you will know that you should not take this step, and you should listen to your familiar spirit, because he is your best friend and his duty is to keep you safe. And this is it for today. Sabnock gives familiar spirits, and Belial also gives familiar spirits, but Bune does not do it. Malphas gives familiar spirits, and I think that Amdusias and some other, there are good demons who can provide you with very useful familiar spirits. all people work with familiar spirits in different ways. So this is one of the way how you can work with a familiar spirit, by creating the doll. And when you don't want to have the familiar spirit, then you will have to dissolve this magic. You will have to disassemble the doll and send the familiar back. And sometimes this kind of magic does not work at the first time, because the thought form is so huge and so strong, so it will take some time to dissolve this thought form. And also with time, familiar spirits have a tendency to become stubborn, and they have their own will. So if you do some spell and instruct your familiar spirit, please do this and this for me, the spell may not come true, because the familiar spirit does not want to listen to your commands. In this case, you will have to do an additional ritual and perhaps purchase a cage, a small bird cage for your familiar spirit, and lock this male into this cage during a ritual, and tell him that he must behave, he must obey you, that you are in charge of your magic and of your familiar spirits, not that the familiar spirits are in charge of you. And then you can do your next ritual again and try without a cage. So this is the method how to do it. And other practitioners will tell you about their own methods and their own spells, and they are all right. So yeah, I just wanted to share with you what I do, and I wish you good luck and a happy eve. Bye bye.